What's up, YouTube? How are you all doing today? Just here in bed, just thinking about a few things. Yeah, stuff been heavy on my mind lately. You know, life be lifing, for real. Bills and all that. We gotta pay that until we leave here. So, but I just wanted to get on here and say that these YouTube streets are difficult. I'm just mainly using it for a confidence booster, just to see if I have what it takes. Because, it's very hard. It's very hard to get your foot in the door, and that's with anything. So, whether it be entertainment, new job, new skill, it's going to be difficult at first, but gotta keep pushing through in order to see how well you do. And that's what I'm doing. I want to tell people, about my writing, about this very emotional story I'm currently working on, this project, and just give people some insight on how they can improve their well-being, how to get their voices out there, how to boost their own confidence, forgiving themselves for what they've done in the past, and just keep it pushing. We all have that. What am I trying to say? We all have that memory that we just wish we didn't do, or memories. But we look back on it, we learn from it, and we correct ourselves and think it over before we do anything else. Think before we act, as I should say. So, yeah, we have to really do that because in today's world, you got so much happening, especially with this Nancy Guthrie case that's been going on for 2 weeks. You don't see that anywhere else. If anybody goes missing, you only see the coverage about them for like not even 1 or 2 days, and it's gone. It's vanished. But this case is just taking over a lot, and it's just giving us a testament of how crazy the world is, and whatnot. But yeah, and then also I want to talk about this Dante London guy, his recent video of him and his, side chick, cuddling up in church. That's a story in and of itself. It's like a true reality show. But that's the true definition of a narcissist. It truly is. And getting with women, different women, trying to act genuine, lovey-dovey, and just playing the victim, blaming other people for his downfall when it's all him. He did all this to himself. He truly did do all this to himself. And there are a lot of people out there like him. A lot of people are in relationship with not narcissists and toxic relationships. And it's hard for them to get out because, they think that's their safe place. They think that's the person that, is going to comfort them because they show them love here and there, and these different pattern changes in their behavior. That's a big one. That's a red flag. If somebody goes out and they don't tell you, I'm going to the gym or I'm going to the store or stuff like this, I don't care if it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I don't care who it is. You got to look closely at what they're doing. Okay? And see if that's a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because, you got to scope these people out before you even get into a relationship with them. They can be mad all they want to, but you got to do your due diligence to protect yourself. And that's what I do. And there was this one guy I used to work with at night in a major retailer. I've never had anybody stare at me the way he did. And those eye lock, those constant just eye locking stares. He was leading me on, saying all this, saying all that, giving me these body gestures like he was interested back. And I said, wait a minute, something's wrong somewhere. And I have to scope people out because I don't like doing this, but this was the third guy, and this took the cake for me. This truly took the cake for me. And I had to do it. People give you all these genuine gestures like he did with me, wearing all these Christian clothes, blessed, and all of that. And I saw right through that. I said, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Let me look deeper, and I did. And he was one of those guys who was just nice. Had that humble spirit, nice at first, and it was like a person you would want to get to know, have a conversation with, and just talk to. And I felt comfortable talking to him at first, and it was just I thought we were going off to a good start, good vibes going on before I did what I did and scoping him out, or vetting, I should say. And I said, wait a minute, something's wrong. Let me dig deeper here. And I found my answer every single time. This guy was literally taken the whole time. And that's what really gets me, because you got all these men out here and women, but I'm specifically talking about the men because I'm a woman. And I'm just saying, why are you out here playing with women's feelings or trying to get with women, and you're taking the whole entire time? You're acting like you're single. Be loyal to the person that you're with. If you're not loyal to the person that you're with, you're better off just being single. You're out here playing with fire. And that's what I'm saying. You out here playing with people who, they've been broken down too many times. They're going through grief, what I went through. And during this time, I went through grief during this time as well. And my heart just couldn't take anymore. And it truly just couldn't take anymore. So I did my due diligence, and I just vetted him out. And he ghosted me, of course, because, of him being guilty and not owning up to, his wrongdoings. But I have to do what I have to do. I'm a single woman, 36, going on almost 37. Never been with anybody in this planet. I've never been with anybody. So I've been single the whole entire time. Never dated, none of that. So, and it's just coming down from just time and time, heartbreak after heartbreak after rejection. I know they say rejection is protection, but it always be the genuine ones. I don't understand if he was out there just doing this and doing that, but it's always those nice, genuine ones that really, really get you. Life is hard in and of itself. Either being in a relationship or being single. We have to pay for these expensive prices out here. And we just have to be around people who are true, wholehearted, humble, and just loyal people. Whether it's a friendship or relationship, just make sure you're around people who want to go in the direction that you want to go into. And that's the reason why I just threw in the towel when it comes to wanting to date or be in a relationship, or it's also being friends with somebody. It's even hard to make true friends out here. It truly is. But we have to really look at the deep picture out here. Vet the people around you in your circle, and support those people who support you back. And that's very rare today, because we have to really, really look at that. And it's just really hard. It's just truly, truly hard. But I just wanted to come on here and say that, everybody, you do matter. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't. Go out there, be yourself. If you're weird, like I am, or nerdy, be yourself. You have people out here who want you to act fake, act promiscuous, act like the world, like a worldly thing. They want you to act like that. But that's not the way to go. Be your true, authentic self. Because at the end of the day, you are really actually all you have. You are your best friend. That person staring back in the mirror, that is the person that you have to impress every single day. Love on that person. Don't care about what anybody else says around you. You're not this, you're not that. You should do this, you should do... No. Block them out. Carve your own path. If you're a religious person, love the Lord, whatever you practice in your religion, spirituality, look to that higher power. Confide in that higher power. Because this world is a complete chaos. It's a mess, and it's going to continue to get worse. But you have to be in your own bubble. Be in your own bubble, be in your own space. Keep your own peace. If you live alone, that's your sanctuary. Your home is your sanctuary. As you can see, I'm at home. Peace and quiet. Got my heater going on here in the background, but it's nothing but quiet. It's quiet. It's peaceful. As if you're in a relationship. If you can't have peace with that individual and that person doesn't give you peace, you need to get out of it. It's just something that you have to do to maintain your peace. So I just wanted to come on here and say that you all give my 2 cents on some stuff that's been heavy on my heart. Check out my latest video, my evening walk with an important message. Be sure to give it a like, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I will return the favor to you all. You all have a great night. Let's get this going, get this week going. Back to the grind tomorrow for me. I just have to do my best to contribute to society the best way I can. We all do. So you all have a great night, and I will talk to you all later. Take care. Bye.